Ben Bryant's football career has been an interesting one to follow. From having his offers pulled by the school he was committed to because of a tweet, to fighting through 4 quarterback battles in 6 years at 3 different schools, to helping lead Northwestern on a miraculous season. It has truly been a roller coaster. Now he is playing with house money and has nothing left to lose. He will hope to hear his name called in the 2024 NFL Draft, but if he doesn't get a shot, he has done enough to be proud of a football career. This is the story of Ben Bryant, the quarterback playing with house money. But before we get into this, if you enjoy college football and spring league football content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know who your favorite quarterback is in this year's NFL Draft in the comment section below. Ben Bryant was born on September 17th, 1999, and grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. He was one of 3 children in his family and began playing football at a young age. He would get connected with quarterback trainers in middle school and focused on honing his skills to be the best quarterback he could be in high school. Bryant attended Lyons High School, where he would serve as mainly a backup his freshman year before taking over the starting job his sophomore year. As a junior, Bryant would lead Lyons to an 8-3 record to the second round of the Class 8A playoffs, where they would lose to Paladin 20-17. Ben finished the year throwing for 1,847 yards and 20 touchdowns, earning multiple awards and accolades. Heading into the senior year, there was a lot of excitement surrounding the Lions football team and specifically Ben Bryant. He had passed through a stressful time in his life, which I will talk about in just a few minutes, and his offense was stacked with talent, and he made sure to give credit to his impressive offensive line. As a senior, Bryant threw for 1,685 yards and 18 touchdowns, with just 2 interceptions, as Lions would go 7-4 and they would lose in the first round of the 8A state playoffs. He finished his high school career rewriting his school's record book, throwing for over 5,000 passing yards in his career and accounting for 59 passing touchdowns. He set every passing record in every category at Lyons Township, was a 2-time West Suburbs Silver Conference Offensive MVP, an All-League selection, and earned Suburban Life All-Area Team honors 3 times and earned Illinois High School Football Coaches Association Class 8A accolades as a senior, along with the WSS All-Conference honors and a spot on the Suburban Life All-Area Team. Coming out of high school according to 24/7 Sports Composite, Ben Bryant was a 3-star recruit who was the 30th best pro-style quarterback and 734th best player in the 2018 recruiting class. He received over 10 different Division I offers from the likes of Cincinnati, Georgia, Ole Miss, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Wisconsin actually would be his first Division I offer, as Wisconsin would find him early on into the recruiting process. He would commit on December 7th, 2016, and would later receive an invitation to the 2017 National Combine at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl in San Antonio, Texas. He was on top of the world and was extremely excited to see what would come next in Madison. He had achieved his dream of becoming a Division I quarterback and would have the complicated recruiting process out of the way for the rest of his high school career. But then everything would come crashing down for Bryant. A few months after committing to Wisconsin, Bryant would receive an offer from Georgia, which he announced on Twitter on May 11, 2017. No big deal, something every recruit does throughout the recruiting process. The same thing other quarterbacks have done while having offers from Wisconsin in the past. Wisconsin felt differently though, and they would pull a scholarship offer a few days later. Bryant would release a statement a few days later, writing that this was a nightmare situation and that he had shut his recruitment down completely. When other coaches would come to visit, he would make it obvious he was 100% committed to Wisconsin. Georgia was ready to host Bryant at the time, but according to Bryant, he had no intentions of taking the visit to Athens, although him and the coaches had been texting back and forth according to Bryant. Bryant claimed he called Wisconsin's coaches and left a voicemail telling them he was releasing a tweet about the Georgia offer, but was 100% committed to Wisconsin. Bryant felt like UW never made him feel a part of the family throughout the process, but also admitted he probably should not have responded to Georgia when he was 100% committed. It was a complicated situation where Wisconsin would never release a statement about the situation. Some felt Wisconsin used this situation to dump Bryant from their recruiting class after receiving a commitment from Chase Wolf. Over the next few months, Bryant tried to rebuild his name and figure out what the right next step would be. At the end of June, he would decide to commit to, ironically, Luke Fickell, who is now the head coach of Wisconsin and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Ben Bryant would play his 1 game as a freshman and redshirted, finishing the 2018 season, throwing for 75 yards and an interception, completing 6 of his 8 passes. The following year, he would primarily serve as the backup to Desmond Ridder, starting the final regular season game against Memphis after Desmond got hurt. In that game, he would throw for 388 yards, a touchdown and 2 interceptions, while also rushing for a touchdown on the ground. In 2020, he once again served as Ridder's backup, finishing the year completing nearly 80% of his passes for 90 yards and a touchdown, while also rushing for a touchdown. Bryant would graduate from Cincinnati that season and would choose to enter the transfer portal, saying, "Upon graduation from the University of Cincinnati, I felt like it was my best interest to explore my options." This was due to the fact that Desmond Ridder chose to return for the 2021 season, meaning Bryant would be serving as his backup once again. They had also added Evan Prater from Wyoming High School, who was the 2019 Ohio Mr. Football Award winner and was hyped to the moon by Cincinnati fans coming out of high school. Bryant would choose to transfer to Eastern Michigan, where both his parents had graduated from, and he would sort of revive his career there. Ironically, Eastern Michigan traveled to Camp Randall during the 2021 season, meaning Bryant got to play a game in Madison, but not on the sidelines he originally expected to be on. He beat out the Eagles starter for the 2020 season, Preston Hutchinson, to win the starting job, and threw for 126 yards in the season opening win over St. Francis while splitting time with Hutchinson. While the Wisconsin game resulted in a loss for Eastern Michigan, it served as a full circle turning point for Bryant's collegiate career, as he would throw for over 200 passing yards in the next 8 games, and in 10 of the last 11 games of the season, finishing the year throwing for 3,121 passing yards, 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, while also rushing for 2 touchdowns on the ground. Following the 2021 season, Ben Bryant would return to Cincinnati as a graduate transfer once again, after leading the Eagles to a 7-6 record. Bearcats wanted to bring in a veteran quarterback to compete with third-year quarterback Evan Prater and to compete with an incoming freshman. What better transfer quarterback is there than the one with starting experience who spent 3 years at your school? The Bearcats had helped Bryant transfer to Eastern Michigan when they learned Ridder was returning for the 2021 season, so the relationship was still really strong. Although Prater was viewed as Ridder's heir apparent, Bryant was not going down without a fight. Bryant would win the starting quarterback job, but would suffer a season-ending foot injury against Temple that required him to don a boot after the game, and he finished the year throwing for 2,732 yards, 21 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, and led the Bearcats to a 9-2 record, with their lone 2 losses coming against Arkansas and UCF, both on the road. Bearcats would lose to Tulane the following week, 27-24, knocking them out of the American Athletic Conference Championship game, and they would lose to Louisville in the Wasabi Fenway Bowl 24-7. After the season, Cincinnati would bring in a brand new coaching staff after Coach Fickle left for Wisconsin, and Scott Satterfield would bring in Emory Jones through the transfer portal to compete with Bryant, with Jones winning the job. This led to Bryant transferring once again, this time to Northwestern, who was recovering from a major hazing scandal after a 1-11 season, and many expected them to go 0-12 this year. David Braun brought the team together as they pulled off miracle after miracle. When the Wildcats were down 31-10 in the fourth quarter, Ben Bryant decided to lead his team to a miraculous win, as they rallied to beat the Gophers 37-34 in overtime. Bryant would get hurt in the Penn State game, but would return for the Wisconsin game, getting his first win in Camp Randall, throwing for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns, while also rushing for a score. He would lead Northwestern on a 4-game win streak, helping them finish the season 8-5, beating Utah in the Las Vegas Bowl. Bryant finished the year throwing for 1,807 yards, 13 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, while also rushing for 4 touchdowns on the ground. Heading into the 2024 NFL Draft, Bryant is projected to be a late-round pick to priority free agent. He already has his MBA and is hoping to just get a shot in the NFL. What do you think? Where and when will Ben Bryant be drafted? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.